You're welcome to my channel. My name is Izu Erike. I'll be taking you on introduction to web development with WordPress. Even if you don't have any programming experience or coding experience, don't worry. I'm going to take you from ground up to the point that you'll be able to design your own website by yourself. All right? Okay. Before we proceed, I want to beg you to quickly subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, that notification button, so that you wouldn't be left out of any notification. So we'll dive in. I'm going to be making this video short, short duration, so that you'll be able to capture. And then if you didn't get anything, I would beg you to quickly replay the movie. All right? Okay, we are going to be starting bit by bit, and then at a point I will actually dive into the development itself, where we will actually start doing things with our hands. All right? Okay, so the very first thing is, what is a website? You need to have a clear understanding of this. All right? So sometimes some people misunderstand a website to mean any application or whatsoever. But just let's quickly dive into the definition. A website is a collection of web pages and related content that is identified by a common domain name and published on at least one web server. All right? They publish on at least one web server. So when you look at this definition, you will notice three things. Number one is we'll talk about the website itself, and then we talk about the domain name itself, and then we talk about the web server. Please note these things. In the next slide, we'll talk about them, right? Okay. Now, what is the difference between a website and a domain name? All right. Number one, a domain name is a registered name like www.amazon.com or www.google.com or www.anyname.com or .net or .in .anything at all right? And the website is all the site content, including the files itself. All right? I mean the files. The files are actually the web pages, the pages that make up the entire website. Now, okay, now let's look at the car analogy. All right, now in a car analogy, your domain name is like your license plate number, right? So it identifies your car wherever it is seen, but the car itself is just like your website. All right, okay. Now when you come in your garage, for instance, you will discover that you might have up to 2 or 3 cars, right? But each of those cars have different plate number. Now, the plate number is like the domain name. Now, the individual car is like the website. And then the next thing is what? The location where it is parked. Now that location is called the web server or the hosting server, right? Okay, so if you use the estate analogy, your number in estate, the number of your building is just like your domain name, and then when you come, you'll find your particular building, which is here, just like your website, and then the entire estate where your car is located is actually the web server or the hosting domain. All right, okay, hope you got it. Now next, there are types of website that you might be designing and creating in the course of your journey as a web developer. Number one is e-commerce website. Number two is business website. Number three is entertainment website. Then we have portfolio website, we have media website, brochure website, non-profit website, educational website, infopreneur website, agropreneur website, personal website, web portal, and community forum. Now we'll talk about community forum. We talk about a place, something like a town hall meeting where people come together to discuss issues that may be raised. So it is that core analogy that is brought into computer as a website, and everybody logs in to flow the discussion, right? Okay, now we'll talk about web portal. I just want to pick these two and talk about it. Now, a web portal, a web portal is like a website that gives users opportunity to access information that is particularly meant for them. So, in a school website, you can have a portal inside of it where the teachers or the lecturers have different information when they log in now other than the students, right? Okay, now the next is to talk about the web development structure. Now the web development structure have majorly about three major parts. Number one is the frame, which is just like the blueprint, all right, the frame, the structure of the skeletal structure of the website. And then we talk about the styling, what adds ties to different aspects of that website. And then we talk about the interactivity. How do I communicate with this website? For instance, if that website is actually a site that is meant to communicate with the user, all right? So, and basically, many sites that you'll be seeing online now have some level of interactivity built into it. Otherwise, it will just be like a signboard. All right. So in the next video, we're going to be looking at these things one by one. All right. So I hope you understood what a website is and the difference between a website and a domain name, and then you've known some different types of websites, and then the web development structure. All right, so don't go anywhere. Just try to hook on to my next video, and then we'll continue from that place. All right, God bless you.